So we're good. We're good. You sure you don't want me to you don't want me to tack this a little? You're good with it?
I'm good.
I feel like it's like a divider. Like don't cross over the racket. Like don't cross the racket. Yeah, stay that side.
You're the racket. This is Byron Lazine and Nicole White, and you are tuned into episode 23 of The Real Word.
Here we are. It's very interesting though, because I feel like each week, it's like a reminiscing week. Like
really?
Yeah, like for me, it's like hey, like episode 23. Like, do you remember what you were doing when you were 23? I feel like it's like
you're always putting it to like the age.
I am. Like,
see, what do you think of when you hear 23? I think of
like, oh man, when I was
23,
I like
about your age. I'm talking to Sam
graduated college and like got engaged.
I think of Michael Jordan.
Jordan.
That's all I think about with the number 23.
So what we
There's probably some young kids are like, I think about LeBron James.
What do you think of with 24? Like I just think like what was I doing at like
24?
I feel like we cheers to 21, although we couldn't cheers. Although
you were cheersing yesterday because you just completely abandoned the contract.
Nope.
A little update for you if you were following the contract.
No, I didn't.
I have a photo. If you tweet me at Byron Lazine, I'll tweet it back to you of Nicole completely disregarding the contract.
A blue drink.
And you disregarded it on this horrible drink, a Blue Lagoon looking drink, which literally probably had no alcohol in it anyways.
It was 80 degrees out yesterday. It was 100% appropriate to day drink. It was just a little. It was 100% virgin. It was enjoyable, but I will say though, episode 24 though, if you see
Jill, was it virgin?
If you see mimosas lined up here next on episode 24, that is the last day of our contract. Monday. Our next filming.
I may never drink again.
Are you kidding? Dude, I've been getting your texts. I've been getting texts from your wife, too, arranging dinner around when you can start drinking again.
My wife is probably like, when is he going to start drinking again? So
he just needs to come home and pass out and stop talking to me.
All right, let's jump right into this. This one really, this is a good one. You sent me this one, right?
I'm going to let you do it.
No. You're involved.
I'm totally involved. Right. You were so excited about, you were revving up before, I'm going to
So before we get into all the rackets, we're going to hit this Realtor.com lawsuit. So they were hit with a class action lawsuit over allegedly non-viable leads. The suit was filed by 2 agents and seeks to represent thousands of others who may have been affected.
So they're representing us too?
These agents are really
where
doing
are they
it
out
for the
of?
community.
Does it say where they're from? No.
I did read this entire article.
You did read it because we actually got started late because of that.
Ohio. Oh, there's a California.
He was on the phone this week. Hopefully Sam started our video with you on the phone this week.
Sam? It was a California agent, John Herkenrath, and an Ohio agent, Tina Wilson. I didn't look these agents up. I didn't go that deep.
So they hey Tina, over there in Ohio.
Yo,
hey
Johnny.
John, how are you in California?
Hey, how's your leads doing?
Let's do this. Yeah.
All right, so here's my 2 cents. One, anytime you're buying internet leads as a real estate agent, you need to understand.
I'm sorry, they weren't even paying that much. That's why you weren't getting good leads. You're paying $100 a month.
They paid they were paying $500
to $120,
and then the other one was paying $120 respectively. So $500 and $120.
Well, $500's a good amount, but $120, you're not getting diddly squat for $120.
We know people that are paying $40,000 plus a month to run Zillow ads. So this is chump change.
Yeah.
Your $500, your $120 a month is chump change in the land of real estate advertising. So, but that it is what it is. Maybe the $500 and $120 is a lot to them. Okay.
Well, yeah.
So one thing you need to understand when you're buying leads as a real estate agent are the numbers. You need to know the numbers in everything and anything you do. 50% of all online leads, and Zillow will stand behind this number, right? I do more research on Zillow because they're much more relevant than Realtor.com. Maybe that's your problem, John and Tina.
Yeah, stick it.
But no, I'm not trying to stick it to them, but you guys are so far out of line with this lawsuit. It's ridiculous. 50% of all the leads that you get online are going to be total crap. That's just the name of the game. There's a lot of noise online. 50% of them you can throw away. Out of the other 50%, 2 are going to buy in the next 60 days.
What if 2 is the 50%?
What do you mean by that? What if 2?
Well, you're saying 2. You're saying 2 of the 50%. What if 50% is just 2? For $120, you can't be getting that many leads.
No. I'm sorry. You're right. I need to rephrase that. Out of 100 leads.
Okay.
So say you get 100 throughout the year.
Right. Okay.
For your $500 spend.
Yeah, we just had to.
Sorry about that.
No,
out of 100,
for $100, I mean, you're lucky you're getting 2 leads.
You're right.
Yeah.
That's a good point. Out of 100 leads, 2 of the 100 are going to buy in the next 60 days. So if one comes in today, they'll buy in the next 60 days. If another, 1 out of those, 2 out of those 100 comes in later, they'll buy then, right? So there's that. 50 of those 100 are total crap.
Right.
The other 48 are going to buy maybe in 2 years, 4 years, 3, that's up to you to.
You got to have a great follow-up management.
Follow up on those people, right?
Yeah.
So here's the game, though. Are you converting the leads that are the 2 out of 100 that you're going to get? Are you actually doing a good enough job converting them?
Right.
Right?
Maybe they should spend the money on the lawsuit and spend it on like a coach them on how to convert.
Tom Ferry coaching would be a good idea for them. What do you got?
Well, that's all. I'm listening to you. I'm hearing. I agree. Again, I'm really kind of surprised that they're kind of complaining about it because I agree. I mean, maybe they didn't listen to how many leads they were going to get. Maybe they picked the wrong town because there's realtor calls. I'm sure you get a phone call from realtor all the time. I mean, there's some towns that definitely get more leads and maybe aren't necessarily my target town. But if I'm going to spend my money, which I don't on Realtor, if I were, I would pick a town that actually had more leads than others. So I guess I feel like there's a lot of information missing. But I agree. I think we're not in the racket here, but I think the whole thing is a racket.
Oh, we're not doing the racket, but this lawsuit is a complete racket. It will get thrown out. You are going to lose.
It actually, I feel like, makes us look really bad, though, too, because now we're just, ticked off that, we're not able to, buy customers. I really, that's kind of sad. Especially if I, was a consumer looking for a realtor, I would never want to feel like I got bought.
Get your skills up. Yeah. John and Tina, whoever. Get your skills up. Focus on providing better service. Focus on being able to convert people over the phone. They're complaining in this lawsuit about some of the phone numbers not being accurate. Do you think that some of the people that put in the phone number put in a fake phone number so that they would just maybe get information back? Do you realize that most people, when they click these properties online, are seeking information? They're not seeking for you to call them or email them. They want an instant whether it's a PDF or further information on the property. They want something of value delivered to them instantly. They don't want to talk to you. Right. How many of them do you think actually they got on the phone and they said, and they said this in here, that some of these leads were saying that they weren't going to buy? Well, I'd love to see the numbers on the people that said, hey, we're not going to buy from you, or we're not buying at all, and then went out and bought from somebody else because guess what? They didn't like you. They didn't think you were a legit agent. They thought you were a sleazy salesperson. Or the right house
came up and all of a sudden they were willing to buy.
Exactly.
I mean, you never know.
People are going to say.
Or a job. There's always changes. Maybe they got divorced and now all of a sudden they have to buy.
Here's the classic example I always use.
You have a great lead there, though. Yeah.
Yeah, but here's the example. Every time any of us are in a shoe store, and we're looking at the wall of shoes. And the guy comes up behind you, like Foot Locker. I don't even know if Foot Locker exists anymore. But, a shoe store like that back in the day when you go to the mall.
The mall.
The guy comes.
Now we're going to the mall. We're going to the mall and we're getting
You're in the
shoes.
mall. You're in the shoe store. Okay. You're looking at the wall of shoes. The guy comes up or the gal comes up behind you and says, can I help you? Everybody's response is instantly, nope,
thanks.
Nope.
Thanks, just looking.
And then you walk out with 3 pairs of shoes.
Absolutely.
I'm just looking, and then you buy 3 pairs.
Right.
Same thing when you call a lead off of Realtor.com or Zillow. If you don't know the scripts, or you don't know how to engage somebody, or you don't know how to add value, they're going to say, no, I'm not really actually buying real estate. You guys look like crybabies. I would not only drop the lawsuit if this is your approach to the business of real estate when you're spending $120 and $500, I'd actually get out of the business. Let's go on to
and I actually don't want you representing me. I mean, if they're there representing, I'm good. I'm good.
Let's go on to the Rackets. The first one you sent me.
I did.
You love Realtor Mag. You love these. You're representing
I think every
the new
week
logo.
I explain to you why I like Realtor Mag, because it's the only one that I could actually read
I don't
from
even know where
beginning
she
to
finds
end.
this blog. I didn't even know it existed, but she always sends it to me. So racket number 1, kitchens are dethroned as the top remodeling project.
Right. So I think that's a total racket. I think I need a little bit more information on this one.
So they're saying that now
50
bathrooms are
50,
the top remodeling
they're saying
project.
that 50%, I go down right there, what is it, 50%, 81% have bathroom remodels, and then 79%. So I'm sort of calling bluff because I need more information, because I'm feeling like maybe that's true, but if they're talking about like a time frame, I bet you all those people have already redone their kitchens.
What they're saying
you
is,
can't skip the well, we can't swear.
Yeah,
you
we can.
can't
We're in
skip
control
the
here.
kitchen and just do a bathroom. So I'm assuming that these kitchens have already gotten redone. There should be like another like percentage of like, hey, like did you do your kitchen first or your bathroom first? Because who the hell would pick their bathroom first?
Here's why this is.
Unless it was like dirty and gross, and like I have a bathroom like that in my house that I don't use because like it's like it needs to be done.
There you go. Here's why this is not a racket, and here's why I've been telling people for the last 3 years: if you can only renovate one, choose the bathroom. You're gonna get and actually
it's
Zillow.
cheaper. It's cheaper.
It's cheaper, and Zillow did a study on this in their first book that they ever released. You get more upside because kitchens are very expensive.
Well, right. And there's so many times that buyers then change out the countertops. I agreed all that. I don't even think they're talking about putting these flipping houses on the market. They're just talking about remodeling.
They're just talking about the percentage of
Just
people. So they're
remodeling.
basically saying more people are remodeling bathrooms
That's because they already
if
finished
they
their
have
kitchen.
to choose one.
Oh, I don't think it's saying that. If you have to choose one, no. It's just talking about
Small-scale renovations are slowly becoming just as popular as large-scale projects,
right.
as seen with bathroom remodeling becoming more common than
cheaper.
kitchens.
It's cheaper.
So it's cheaper.
It's actually a little bit more fun. I enjoy
You get
remodeling bathrooms more than kitchens.
You get a bigger margin on it than the kitchen because the kitchen was so expensive. And say you have a $250,000 house and you put a $50,000 kitchen, which would be a lot for a $250,000 house. I'm just using round
You're
numbers.
done.
But you
You're
put a
not getting it
$50,000. So you're not. Maybe you got yourself a $300,000 house now.
For $250,000.
So you did $250,000, you put $50,000 in.
Yeah,
so
I
maybe you're
doubt it,
breaking
though.
even. But like, let's just
Potentially.
pretend.
Well, but if you're enjoying it,
Maybe
there's
you're breaking
a value
even.
there. There's a value in enjoying it.
If you put $5,000 into your bathroom on that same $250,000 house that you just bought, is it worth $260,000, $265,000? Did you make some money off the bat? I think you did.
For sure. Yeah.
So
yeah, I guess I agree. I mean, I still feel like kitchens are super important. I mean, I
the
lose
heartbeat
deals
of the
all the
house.
time for like, oh, the kitchen's outdated, or oh, I'm going to throw a low ball in for that kitchen, even though I've already priced it accordingly for the kitchen. I do think the bathroom is cheaper. I think bathrooms can be a little bit more fun. I think they're easier. I think the other downside to a kitchen remodel is that you're like without a sink and a fridge and all that for like weeks.
That's frustrating.
Like,
the other thing, to your point, like if the bathroom,
Although I don't
if I'm
cook,
moving into
so-
the house and the kitchen's outdated, maybe it's like 50 style, whatever it is, and it's outdated, but it's clean, I'm cool with that. If I'm like want to wear my like my flip flops in the
I was
shower,
gonna say your
like I'm
sneakers
not
from-
moving in.
from
Like
Foot Locker?
if I want socks and sneakers on in the shower, like I'm not moving in. Like that's just me.
Yeah.
I'm just not
It's
doing
like
it.
toilet seats. Just change your toilet seats at the very least after you buy a home. That's like, I feel like I have to give toilet seats to buyers.
You have to give one to the White House. Remember? Oh no, we were talking about that on the radio. That wasn't on this.
What, toilet seats?
There was toilet seats broken in the White House that like weren't getting changed.
Well, the White House I feel like is just a...
Not the White House, not the Nicole White House. I'm talking
well, my White House
the
is
White House
just a
in
disaster
Washington
in
D.C.
itself.
Ever heard of it? You know, like
that house has been in my family
Trump
for way
lives?
too long.
because Trump called the White House a dump. I was talking about it on the radio.
Oh.
Totally diverting.
Oh, we talk about toilet seats a lot, though. We talked about the blue toilet seat.
Yes. Yeah.
All right, next racket.
All right. Racket number 2 is Facebook posts have surged since this entire data
Crisis
here, the data breach.
I'm not the least bit surprised.
Oh, which by the
Bring
way,
it on, Zuckerberg.
Cambridge Analytica just shut down.
They should.
Well, they're gonna just like revamp, like they're gonna be called like Camelot Analytics or some like
Yeah.
they'll just like But anyways, they did technically shut down. But anyways, do you think this is a racket? Do you think this surge in revenue is going to continue after the data breach, or do you think people are ultimately going to revert back to
I think
bailing on stop Facebook or
well,
delete
the
Facebook?
whole idea, I guess I'm still so very confused why everybody is so very upset about Facebook. Like, you don't have to be on Facebook. You signed up for this thing that
They put their information in there free willingly.
Yeah, I have a really hard time. Facebook helps me with my business. I actually meet people and like reconnect with people that I haven't seen since like elementary school. That's like the purpose of it. I think, in all honesty, I don't know if you ever watched like when he was there being interviewed. Like everybody looked like idiots up there in the government asking him ridiculous questions. I think it just helped solidify that he knew what he was like. Not that he knew what he was doing, but that like he knows what's going on. They don't. Like,
they don't. That's the point.
People are just completely out of touch with what Facebook is and what its intentions are. And
they don't understand how it works. And
but most people are like, think about your Facebook feed. Like, how many people are like, you don't even have to enter information into a questionnaire for. I probably know a majority of my followers what if they're Republican or Democrat because of the amount of crap they're sharing.
Oh, yeah.
I know exactly what your children look like because you're posting photos of them. You're actually posting your kids' friends' photos too. So now I know what your kid like. There's just you're you're
choosing to share with the world, and if you're gonna do that, you can't have it both ways.
And that's Facebook. And you join Facebook because you wanted to share. I think all of us naturally want to share and be part of like a community. Like that's what you're doing. I don't blame them.
Little disclaimer. I made the comment on a previous show. Little disclaimer. I'm not a financial planner. I did say that when all this news came out, I was gonna buy more Facebook stock. I did. I sold something in my Fidelity account, and I bought more Facebook, and it's gone up like $25 since I did that. It was like down to like 150. Now they're like back to 175.
If anything, it probably just brought awareness to people that didn't know what Facebook does, and they're like, "Cool, look at what I can do now on like my Facebook platform."
I keep saying it over and over again. They're going to be at $250 a share, like very soon, in the very near future.
But you are not a financial planner.
I'm not a financial planner, but I would definitely go spend all of my money, 100% of it, on Facebook if you got extra money. That is not a racket.
That is not a racket.
That's not a racket.
That's not a racket.
And then just send me like 10% if you actually do it.
But we haven't pointed out the elephant in the room.
You're pretty. If you're listening to this, you got to go to the YouTube channel and see that.
We hung it up.
The artwork that Nicole is so proud about today.
With a tack. Right. There's a tack in it. All right, third one.
Taylor Swift. She's selling 2 homes, both in California. One sold off market. She's got an open house this Sunday. So if you're catching this video in the first few days.
2 to 5.
I just got back from California 12 hours ago.
Whatever. We'll fly back out. It's Taylor Swift's house. Are you a Swiftie?
No.
You're a believer, though.
I'm a believer.
Yeah.
I am definitely a believer. I'm not a Swiftie. So this other house is going to be open on Sunday, and the brokers do not believe there's going to be a bunch of Swifties showing up. Realtor.com, who wrote the article, believes there's going to be a ton of Swifties. What do you think?
How would they not? Like, why would they not show up? Come on. I feel like people go, like, so we're here in the Connecticut coast, and we're right here. Taylor Swift has a house in
Rhode Island, Watch Hill.
Yes, on Watch Hill. And people go there just to take photos of that house from the beach. Come on.
Best quote of all time. If you can dig it up, Sam, and like play the video, Barbara Corcoran's she was like rushing through the hallways when she bought that house in Rhode Island, and like the media, somebody's like,
is that a bad decision?
Of course it's a bad decision. She overpaid.
She paid $17 million, and then she dumped like $5 million, and she'll never get that money out of that house.
No, but like, does she even ever go there? I don't even know that she ever goes there.
This one here, she bought it for like 1.7.
Yeah, I think some for 2.9.
And so she. That being said, she probably dumped $1 million into it. She'd probably break even. She buys a lot of single-family homes. She had a lawsuit with Douglas Elliman in January on another piece of real estate. She buys a lot of single-family homes.
Whatever. I mean, she can. She works hard enough for it.
She can do it.
So if I want to buy sneakers from Foot Locker when I'm rich, I'm going to do that.
From Foot Locker? If they still exist?
They're around.
When you're rich?
I'm certain of it.
You're certain they'll still be there?
Certain.
And then she'll stop at Kids R Us right after, or Toys R Us, whatever it's called.
Toys R Us.
Taylor Swift going to that open house is a complete racket.
2 to 5. I'll be there.
Is it 2 to 5? It is.
2
to 5.
Dude,
Sunday.
I read it. I read the article.
So if you're in, what neighborhood is that?
I think it's Beverly Hills.
Yeah, she's putting it on for $2.95. She purchased it 6 years ago. Yep.
North Beverly Drive, 1908.
There you go, 1908 North Beverly Drive. If you didn't know,
now you know.
And if you sign in and there's a little question that says, who's your agent, just put
Nicole White.
No. Put Byron and Nicole. Put us both.
Put the Racket. Say this is a racket.
And we'll take
the Racket represents me.
You'll actually have to go. We're not licensed in California, so I'll have to go through the listing agent, but have them send us the referral.
That would be fun.
That would be great.
Ooh, I'd love to see their follow-up plan for this too. Maybe you throw in our emails. I'd like to see what they're working on.
Their follow-up plan is they're going to start selling like T-shirts with all these little Swifties.
I was a
You know?
Swifter? Like,
yeah.
I Swifted?
They're definitely not. Maybe they'll market them long term for the next 20 years. Who do you like better, Swift or Bieber?
Ooh, I like Bieber better.
Of course.
Although, I'm a huge JT fan.
You are obsessed with Justin
Love
Timberlake.
Justin. I mean, it's like, whatever.
Jeez, you can see like the hearts like flowing. That's it. We're wrapping it up. That's 23 of the Real Word / the Racket. We might as well just call this show the Racket.
Flippin'
the whole
Racket.
thing's a
We should just call it the Byron Lazine show.
Yeah.
Oh, that's another one.
Although everyone says you're like the star of the show.
The star.
Yeah, I heard that a lot this week in California.
Interesting. I like that. I'll take it.
There was a lot of winking going on. All
winking.
right. See you guys.
Winking.
Take care.
Wow.